So page 3, number 16. EF bisects angle DEG. The measure of angle DEF is 36 degrees. Find the measure of, it says DEF, but it's supposed to be DEG. It's just a typo. And then find the measure of FEG. This is not drawn to scale. So there's two things that are important. It's not drawn to scale, and then what's the other thing that's important to read? Bisects. So what that tells me is if DEF is 36 degrees, then what is the measure of the other angle? 36 degrees. So the measure of angle FEG is 36 degrees. And then we're going to find DEG, the measure of angle DEG. What would I do? Correct. 36 plus 36, which makes 72. The reason that picture not drawn to scale is important is because they don't look like they equal. They just do. All right, 17. So previously we always had a segment made up of two parts, and we would say AB plus BC equals AC. We're going to do the same thing except for there's three parts now. So we're going to take 2x plus 17 plus 8 plus 2, and it equals, yeah, you did. And it equals x plus 20, yeah. Equals the whole length of the line, x plus 20. You would algebra, we're trying to save a little time. You would algebra and get down to x equals, it's a negative 7. And then how would I find the length of DE? Plug it in. So 2 times negative 7 plus 17. 2 times negative 7? Negative 14 plus 7 is 3. And then we have DG. So you'd plug in negative 7 plus 20, which is 13. Your answer should make sense because we got 3. What's 3 plus 8? 11 plus 2? 13. And what did we say the full length of the line was? 13. So this is a little harder than what you would see on your quiz, but it's the same concept. Do you have any questions on this one? Okay, wonderful. We're going to solve and graph. So this first one, how would I solve for y? Correct, divide by negative 7. When I divide by a negative, there's a special rule. What is it? The sign will flip. So it won't be y is less than, it's going to be y is greater than. And then what is 21 divided by negative 7? Negative 3. We'll draw a graph with 3 points. Yeah, negative 4, negative 3, negative 2. What kind of circle will we have? Open. And then I will shade to the right. The next one, what would I do first? Subtract 17. 4 minus 17 is? Correct. All right, my next step. Multiply by negative 5. So what is negative 5 times negative 13? 65. And I multiplied both sides by a negative, yes? The same rule applies. Whenever you multiply both sides by a negative, you will still flip the sign. So we flip it to a greater than sign. All we have left on the right is an x. Can I graph it if it looks like this? Yes. Well, you could, but I can't graph it the easiest way where I shade in the direction of the arrow. So I can flip it. Because if x is on the left, I shade in the direction of the arrow. If I flip x and 20 and 65, what do I do with the sign? I flip that one as well. So there's a lot of flipping on that one. So then we plot 3 points, 64, 65, 66. Open or closed circle, closed because it says or equal to, and then shade to the left. And then last page, we're going to write all of the relationships that apply and then find the measure of the angles if we can. So similar to the homework. What relationship does angle A and B have? They are adjacent. What else are they? Supplementary. If they are both adjacent and supplementary, they are a linear pair. So adjacent, supplementary, linear pair. We know angle B is 42 degrees. So what can I do to find the measure of angle A? Correct. Subtract 42 from 180, and we get? Correct. Did you already do all of these? That's awesome. Letter B, what relationship do the two angles have? They are adjacent. Do we have anything telling us they are congruent? We do not, so they are not. You need to see the word bisected, or that's pretty much it. Do we have any measurement value for A or B? No, so we got nothing to find a measure. We're just going to leave that one alone. Letter C, what relationship does A have with angle B? They are vertical. If they are vertical, what do we know about their measures? Congruent, yeah. So they are vertical and they are congruent. Remember that it's the congruent symbol. So if they're congruent, what's the measure of angle A? 67 degrees. All right, letter D, what relationship do they have? Adjacent and complementary, which means they add up to 90 degrees. So if angle B is 38, to find angle A, correct. So the measure of angle A, 52. All right, letter E, what relationship? Vertical, which means they are also congruent. And that means the measure of angle B is 43 degrees. And then last, the relationship between angle B and 63. Correct, both are correct. Adjacent and complementary. So then the measure of angle B, 27 degrees.